order for the Historic District Review Board. We all stand. Moment of silence. Pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get a roll call?
Lasser.
Tom.
Wells.
Drew, present.
We established a quorum. Is there any public comment? Okay. The first applicant is, can I get approval of the consent agenda format?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
So the agenda's been approved. We're up to 5A, unfinished business, 201 Madison Avenue. Could you state your name and address, please?
I'm Galen Stockton Moore. We live at 201 Madison Avenue. And our original application was concerning our garage doors. We wanted to expand the opening to be a double entry garage door. We have since revised that. We are just going to remain at 2 single doors. And I submitted the type of doors and blah, 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 blah.
So you're essentially keeping the same configuration, 2 single doors. And you submitted the type of doors here. They're aluminum, metal clad?
Yes.
Does anybody have any discussion?
No, I think we talked with her last month, right?
Yes. You did?
I'll make a motion. Do you need a motion?
Yes.
Second.
I make a motion that we accept the application and approve it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The motion is passed. Good luck.
Painless.
Unfinished business, 5B, 521 Mason Avenue. Josh Alvarado. Can you state your name and address, please?
Hi, I'm Josh Alvarado. I'm the contractor for 521 Mason. Jay Crystal is the name of the owner.
Can you describe what you want to?
Basically, the front and rear porches have been some time since they've been renovated, and they've got some basic safety concerns. The front stairs are deteriorated. I believe the handrails are deteriorated, so we want to upgrade those both on the front and the back. I believe the back doesn't even have handrails, so they want to make it more appropriate for their family usage. And at the same time, we want to update it with more appropriate materials for this day and age, which would be composites and vinyls. Probably nothing that you haven't seen or heard before. It's going to be a slate gray, tongue and groove for the front and the back, and then just a typical vinyl handrail, vinyl sleeves for the posts, and anything structural that needs to be done will be done as well. And the footprint doesn't change at all, and neither will the roof lines.
So you're adding on a railing on the first floor in the back?
Correct. And we'll be redoing all of the handrails front and back to match.
All plastic.
Vinyl, correct.
The posts, what size are the posts going to be?
They will be probably as close to original as what we can get.
There's a picture in here.
So if it's 4x4, then they'll retain the 4x4 dimensions. If it's 6x6, it'll retain the 6x6 dimensions. We'll try to go as period correct as possible, which is why we're going with the tongue and groove 2 1/4. for the composite flooring.
Right.
The original balusters are wood and the railings wood? That's what's on there? Do you know if that's original or is that been redone?
It's probably been redone at some point. The front has received a renovation probably, let's say 20 years ago. But, yeah, but it's not original, the wooden handrails, but obviously they were wooden, but.
Do you have any photos of the historic?
There's
There's
some
photos in the packet.
photos provided.
No, I mean old photos.
Old photos, I thought I took an existing of the front and the back. Yeah, I think there is. I think I see
I'm
it.
looking for more historical photos.
Well, I wouldn't have what's not there now. I would only have what's there now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not my property. I'm just the contractor. The owner is out of state.
I can tell you those have been there at least 15 years.
What are you gonna do with the brick stairs?
We will probably build a new set of brick stairs, but it will have handrails on either side.
Correct.
Yeah,
Probably
Even though
or
it-
you will.
we will. We will have brick
It
stairs.
doesn't require a handrail, though.
Well, for their family's usage, we want to
Okay.
put it there. You never know. Somebody comes down those stairs, and
Are you changing the skirting around the porch?
we will be changing the skirting as well
What are
on
you
the
gonna do
front
for that?
porch. We will probably go with a vinyl lattice.
Can we do that?
That's currently a vinyl soffit.
Correct.
Going
Yeah.
vertical.
So it's not original. That's in the front. Probably nothing on, and actually the front already has composite decking, but it is 5-inch decking. We're actually going to go back with 2
Right.
1/4. So we'll try where we can to keep it
Replicate.
historically correct. It's just that wooden handrails is just not something that he's interested in doing.
You're gonna replace the second floor rails also, right?
Correct, to match
Okay.
the new vinyl.
Yeah. The,
Anybody want to make a motion?
I make a motion that we accept, that we give a certificate of approval for this, for the railings and the replacement of the decking.
I'll second.
If I may, Mr. Chairman, just to, because I think we heard some additional scope of work that was in the application, so I want to make sure we
Okay.
close everything in that vote, so that the posts and railings on the second floor of the back porch will also be replaced, and the skirting will be changed to vinyl lattice, and in the front, the brick stairs will also be replaced
Correct.
with light.
with brick.
With brick.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Do we need a second on that?
I'll second.
Michael did.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. It's been passed unanimously.
Thank you.
Been approved. 5C, lots 337 and 340 on Tazewell Avenue. Ken and Jill Monarch. All right. State your name and address, please.
Ken Monarch, new construction for lots 337, 340 on Tazewell.
Mr. Monarch, if we can just have you use the microphone so our viewers at home can
Sorry.
hear.
Okay. So my name's Ken Monarch, and I'm here for lots 337 and 340 on Tazewell Avenue. New construction. We were here last month for the pre-approval meeting, and now we're here to request.
Katie, do you have any comments on this particular
Sure.
application?
In our packet, we also included correspondence we received from an adjacent property owner. It does not change the staff recommendation, which is in support of zoning compliance with your application. We do want to make you aware of it. So if you haven't seen it, I'm happy to give you a copy of that. It was included in your packet, and that was from David Howgill, who raised some concerns about the size of the structure and what impact might or might not happen to his adjacent property from any stormwater management from your new structure coming on board. So we wanted to make you aware of it. We have also provided this to our building official in his review, when your building permit comes through for any stormwater review and land disturbance permits. So we wanted to make you aware of it in case there are things that maybe you can do that would help alleviate the concerns of the adjacent property owner. Okay.
Thank you.
I spoke with Mrs. Howgill the other day. I just happened to be driving by, and she had concerns about the drainage coming onto her property. And there's a letter here, I'm sure that you can look at it. And I told her, I informed her that the side yard setback was 25 feet, which is more than adequate in most homes in town. And I thought that was a good thing. But I guess you'll have to discuss this with your landscape architect, your builder or something, to see if there's anything you can do to alleviate, some of this. Getting onto,
Well, sorry,
Sure. It's nothing that the town is requiring you to do because we find your building permit, your building plans in
Right.
compliance with the zoning ordinance at this point in time. We wanted to make you aware, to see if there might be some items you could implement that might help lessen their concerns to a nominal impact to your project.
and if we can't,
Sure.
I mean, it's
And-
not our purview to bring
Right.
it up, but I mean,
We just wanted to make you aware of the.
well, we don't have to take any action if we don't want to.
No,
No.
that's correct.
Okay, thank you. That's
But we just wanted you to be aware and hopefully in the interest of a neighborly environment where we're trying to hopefully get along, we wanted to at least
you.
alert those concerns to you, that's
Appreciate
all.
that. Thank you.
For the board, one of the items that the Monarchs did not have at the last meeting that we asked them to bring back is the door.
Okay.
The door?
Door
Yes.
material.
So you all have that on your dais before you as
Yes.
well.
What, okay, are we still awaiting survey data?
No, their survey is in and we are
Got
good with
that?
the survey,
Okay, good, okay.
yes.
I have a question on that, just out of curiosity. It's a very odd shape. Does that go across the alley?
no.
Oh, okay. So this is the.
What's the concrete pad? Hello, whose is that? That's across the alley.
Yeah, I mean, there's an existing concrete pad.
Oh,
across the
okay.
place, yes. That's actually behind the Howgill's house, actually.
I have no questions.
So we discussed this last month, and we kind of figured out all our concerns at that point.
I know.
Yes.
There really isn't. We discussed this, material list and
Katie,
last month.
Yes, you did.
Katie,
Yes.
in last month's discussion, did this house follow the front porches in the setback?
If it follows the setback layout, it follows the similar roof pitch as I looked at the neighborhood.
No, the front porches.
The fro-
So that when you look down the street, that all the front porches are pretty
Yes.
much.
Yes, it follows the prevailing standard, yes.
I have to disagree with the roof pitch, Katie. This is only I think it's a 512. Is that a 512? Sean?
I think it's a
I
eight.
actually didn't think it was. There are aspects that are lower pitch than others.
I thought it was an 812.
Right now. I don't see.
Yep, it says 512 on the
Says
drawing.
512, John.
It's a hip
Ed,
up on the top
yeah.
roof.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't bear with me here. It's a little bit small.
Most of the houses on Tazewell are steeper pitch than a 512, that's all. So it's,
Well, then I apologize, because when I actually tried to enlarge it, I actually read that as an 812, so
It's 5.
if that's a 5, I couldn't
Yeah,
read the
it's a 5.
I think this might have been brought up at last
It
month
was.
about the pitch.
All the rest of the houses, this house will not conform as far as the roof pitch goes. Mainly because of the 512 versus most of them are 812 or steeper.
In pre-approval, there would
we might have read it as an 8.
Well, I have to say, I read it as an 8, I did.
No, I understand that, but, you know, and we could, you know, we can only address as far as concerned.
If you want to speak, you got to come up here.
Oh, yes.
So, and I apologize, but when I enlarged it the best I could read, I thought that really said an 812 roof pitch. which
Yeah,
would
so
put in
it does
compliance.
read as a 512. It's a hip roof.
So in
Just
that
state your
regard,
name for the record.
my
Sean
zoning
Ingram.
compliance is
Thank
putting
you.
it at an 812, which would put it in compliance. So,
Okay,
I'm making this board aware, and you as well as the contractor and the owner, it does need to be at least an 812 roof pitch.
okay. Well, if you guys will bring up your concerns and, you know, make approval based on certain aspects, you know, we can try to comply.
You don't have any problem changing it to 812?
Well, it's really not whether it's my problem or not, he's my client, but what I am telling you is that if we will have a discussion point, if you guys will approve the entirety of the project, other than the main roof being an 812, then we have a conversation point. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And I would imagine that we would be compliant with a change that's not overly dramatic, and
Sure.
yes, we would probably comply with
I
that.
apologize, but my eyesight's going, I just didn't realize how bad it
Here,
feels.
I carry
Is there
these.
anything besides the roof pitch?
I was going to actually bring my
Yeah, is there anything else? That's what he wants to say.
magnifying glass. Yes, sir.
I know what you're talking about, but will page 12 still out for a hip style?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, it'll be fine.
It just makes it a bit steeper.
Yeah, there may be a slight architectural change in the way that the pitch meets at the peak, but yes, we would be able to do that.
Right.
Well, if we can make a motion with that included, maybe we can get these.
Now, and just as an aside, is this the main structure?
Yes.
Because we cannot change the lower structure
No,
roof
I'm more
pitches.
concerned
The
with
main one?
Okay,
main
yep,
roof.
just want to clarify.
Yeah,
Ed, was that the only question? The
I mean,
only
it seems
concern?
perfectly reasonable.
I think. we
It'll look
looked at-
better.
We looked at the window styles and,
I didn't have a problem with anything but the roof,
So
but
could we do a approval based on the change of the roof pitch?
yes.
what about the
And would
garage?
that be an administrative sign-off at that point?
Katie,
They would make it part of this motion at this point.
And then if we revamp the plans, then at that point it'd be an administrative sign-off,
Yes,
correct?
That's correct.
Okay, I'll make a motion
What
that,
what about the, what about the garage?
well, it's an accessory structure, that should probably be changed too, but it's how far, is it way back in the house, we can't see it from the road?
You can see the garage from the road, but as it is an accessory structure, it is very common. Accessory structure roof pitches are much lower. And then considering the fact that the house porch roofs, the low roofs on the porch are the 5, the accessory structure is also a low pitch roof. It may aesthetically, overall, it may actually look better to be the lower pitch. That's just my 2 cents.
Being a lesser structure, right?
Well, it's a lower, so what's gonna happen is the garage is a lower structure. That roof pitch will match the lower roof pitch of the house itself. And then you vault the house's roof to the 812, which, you know, makes it stand out comparably.
Since the garage is one level, then it would match the...
Correct, yes. Now, if the garage were 2-story, then yeah, I would understand wanting to make it the 812.
is there a requirement for the garage?
In our zoning ordinance, there is no requirement.
Yeah, there's no
for
roof
roofs
pitch requirement
for
other than
accessory
code,
structures.
which is a 4-pitch.
And I go back to my
That being
original.
said, then.
Pretty much.
we-
Okay.
No, I agree. I mean, I just brought it up because you could definitely,
Yeah, yeah.
So can I make a motion?
Yes.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. I make a motion that we approve the design with the
812,
812 pitch on the roof,
On the main roof.
on the main roof
main roof,
Okay, I'll second.
of the house.
house.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The motion's been passed with the stipulation that the main roof pitch be changed from a 512 to an 812.
It's broke.
And Katie will expedite that and get the paperwork to you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good luck. All right, item 5D, 515 Mason Avenue, Joseph and Anastasia Williams.
Does he have a,
Oh, we have to call him.
Yes.
Yeah, that was, we had looked at everything except the windows. I had a question on the
We
windows.
just need to get the applicants on the phone.
And I know his windows because I'm doing the same ones.
he has no driveway?
Hello, is this Joseph Williams? Hello?
Wrong number.
Yep, this is he.
Hi, this is Ed Wells from the Historic District Review Board in Cape Charles, calling about your application for 515 Mason.
Perfect, how are you doing?
Good. Can you just state your name and address, please?
Joseph Williams, 515 Mason Avenue.
Okay, would you like to give us a little briefing about what you want to accomplish?
Yeah, now we like to get approval. So, first off, looking at the email that came out after the pre-application meeting, you guys were looking for a elevation drawing of the rear modification and porch addition, as well as a survey for the addition of the screening porch, and exact window specifications, casing and seal sizes. Provided a drawing along with casing and seal specs for the Marvin Elevate Series windows. I've spoken with Katie and Tracy about, as of right now, we're moving the screened-in porch from the application, as we're still waiting on the survey that would provide the setbacks for that. But would still like to, I'm reading the agenda, but I'm not sure if we have to have the survey for the second floor addition. From the first meeting, I was under the understanding that they just wanted it, if you guys just wanted a drawing, so you could visualize how the roof was gonna tie in. So basically, if you imagine, 100% of a square, we're just filling in the 25%, as the 70% of the house is still there. So we're not changing the actual footprint of the house, it's just adding in that second story quarter. Yeah, so providing the window spec, along with the drawing.
You might need the survey for the zoning. Does Katie, do you need the survey?
That's correct, and he knows that I do need the survey before I can sign off on the screen porch addition. And so he is aware of that, so again, all we're acting upon at this particular meeting is looking at the specific size requirements of the windows and their placement, and the rear second floor addition, since that does not impact the site plan, it's existing footprint already.
Okay, so we're good teeing up the second floor addition just on the screen porch, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you.
Looking at the windows, they're the classic window that you love so much.
I know.
Sean Ingram, I'm just going to help you out here for a minute.
Okay.
So most of these windows have been altered, okay? If you go inside the house, not a single, there's almost probably very few sticks of wood that are actually original to this house.
Right.
I'm really impressed if anybody would take this on. But yeah, so when we look at the pictures, you can see the siding, the repairs on the siding are extensive. The windows have been hacked. The front door, original front door is no longer in the exact same place. He actually wants to restore this pretty correct to its original historic aesthetic.
Yeah, we applaud him for doing that.
So do I.
I don't know what to tell you. You
Yeah,
just
I'm
get it
sorry,
right all the
there's
time.
a lot of echo in there right now, so just, might have to repeat if you have any questions.
Just let him know
Sean Ingram's briefing us on the extent of the work that he's gonna perform,
Yeah, perfect.
and we looked at most of this except for the rear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the big question, coming out was the casing size, and Herb was, asking specifically about, the steel being, looking at the 2-inch, So if you look, we found a AZAC historic rain-fed steel that is a 2-inch, as well as the top, the rain-fed, as well as the steel are both over 2-inch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it felt like it met the qualifications that you kind of looking for.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good job.
Both of which have been approved by the board in the past.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we have any further questions or discussion?
I don't think so. I think we grilled you last time, didn't we?
So are we also talking about approving the second floor addition at this point?
Yes.
Everything at this point,
Yeah, I
right?
think
Everything but the porch.
we're basically approving total reno of the exterior, the second floor addition, new windows, new siding, I mean, really the whole gambit here.
Except for the porch.
We're simply setting away the screen porch because, this board probably knows, surveyors are at a premium right now.
Correct.
I know. I have
So
no
we can-
questions.
We can continue.
Yes, and we are seeking you to take a vote this evening on everything but the addition of a screened-in porch.
Okay, I'll make,
But there's no zoning clearance as of yet.
Everything is actually, because he's not adding square footage in that element of this, it would be in compliance with the zoning ordinance. That's why we're pulling out the screened-in porch, because I cannot rule on that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we would return to the board for the screened-in porch addition once we can get a surveyor to give us a site plan.
Okay, so that'll be.
okay, so right now, we can approve this.
In fact, if I might make a suggestion, that just to expedite all aspects of this, is there a potential this board could approve the screen-in based on zoning approval and make it an administrative aspect instead of coming back to historic review? And I only say that because I believe his... Go ahead, Katie.
Yeah, they're planning on doing this in weeks, so it should be hopefully here in the next 5 days, what have you.
I'm simply trying to streamline this. I don't know if that would include an entire other application for historic review, which would monetarily be a little bit...
No, we
Extrusive.
would still consider it part of this application.
You would?
I'm just creating these as two different
Okay,
votes
well, then
that
you
will be
can-
added together.
That's fine. As long as he can get it in on the same application fee,
Yes.
I think that'd be beneficial to everybody.
And I'm
It-
not comfortable just giving a
that-
blanket,
That's
asking
fine.
him to approve
I'm
it.
actually just looking to save the guy a buck.
I get it.
You know, precedent
We're not
law.
charging anymore, so,
Thank you.
okay.
Okay, so as we stand, everything's approved, but the screen porch relative to survey.
That's correct. And that will
Okay.
come back at a future meeting, we hope the September meeting
Do
for
we need to make a motion
your
though?
review.
Okay,
Yes,
so
we
we
need a
can make a
motion.
motion, and it'll carry Sean right to where he wants to be.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I make a motion that we accept the application as is, except for the screen porch.
A second?
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you very much.
Approval passes
I
unanimously.
like your window sill.
Oops. Have a good night.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Tracy, for dealing with me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck. All right, we're on to new business, item 6A, solar panel, no application filed, roof replacement, no application filed. 6C, minor renovation, it's 324 Jefferson Avenue, Jay and Tracy Meadows. Are they present? Yes? Yes. State your name and address, please.
Hi, it's Jay Meadows, 324 Jefferson Avenue. We are seeking application approval for a rear porch that we have now gotten zoning approval for. It's been on the plans originally. I think we've jumped through all the hoops now.
We've seen you.
Yes, you have. Yes, sir, you have.
So this is just an additional rear porch to wrap around 5 foot on either side?
Yes, sir.
I had a question. This is, contributing structure is, do you know what type of house it is? Is there, colonial or Dutch?
It's a 4 square.
4 square?
Right.
Mhm. There's a picture in there.
That lot next to yours, is that buildable lot?
It's behind mine now. That's another,
Yeah, I know there's something going on with that lot line. I
that's
just-
another,
I asked
it's
because
another,
It's on the corner and it's visible.
it's not on the corner anymore. That's my lot. The
So
corner
that's
is,
your
the
lot.
corner is mine.
Is that gonna be buildable, that lot, at some point?
It's now, the lots are
are turned now.
They're going
We
perpendicular?
had to reconfigure those two lots in order to get my house on one.
Well, the reason I ask is because
Okay.
it looks like it's on a corner. Now, with you changing the configuration, I'm not so sure it's on a corner anymore.
Yes, it is on the corner still, yes, sir. My lot is the corner lot.
But the house seems to be,
Well, the lot is now 140 this way and 70 deep instead of 70 wide and 140 deep.
But
Okay.
Katie,
So there's a lot behind my house now.
Okay.
That's why we
I see.
had to get the zoning approval
I see, I
to
see.
put.
So Katie, it does meet the zoning
Yes,
ordinance?
it does.
Okay.
You turned the lot?
they turned them
We had to.
sideways.
So we're just talking about the actual structure of the
Oh, yeah,
porch.
right. I just
Yeah,
think
but
that's
the reason
interesting.
I ask is because if it's on the corner, it's visible, you know, when I'm, you know, if it wasn't on the corner and we only were dealing with the front of the house, we wouldn't have that much concern because it's a rear porch.
Okay,
But being that it's on the corner, it kind of puts it in a little different perspective.
Perspective.
is it not acceptable? Is that what?
Well, we're gonna get there.
Okay.
It's just something that,
Yes, it will be visible. Yes, sir, it will be visible.
So being visible, what changes would we be
well,
looking?
now we have to go through, you know, is it up to
Is it
our
like,
approval? Is it up to our approval with the materials and right down?
but if we
the line?
approved the materials, if it wasn't visible,
Well, there's more leeway if it's in the rear of the
If
house.
it's in the rear and not visible, because you can't put screened-in porches on the front of the house.
it's
Right.
not in the
I
front.
don't think this is screened.
No, it's not screened. No, it's open.
No,
Porches.
it has to be brought up because if it's on,
Okay. So
It's gonna make
what
the
are
house
we
look
looking
better.
for then?
well, I think we should just continue with our normal process.
Okay?
Do we know the window material? The window material has already been approved in a previous. Okay. So the
It's
only,
really just
the
the
only thing,
roof, right?
Well,
it's the
you're-
porch
You're dealing
and,
with the porch. There is a slight change you guys were seeking
There-
on a picture window
there-
that wasn't part of the original window.
there is a window that is in the kitchen that I want to raise up above counter height and make wider.
I had a question on that window. Is it gonna be a sliding window?
Yes,
Because that's different, because all the others are
double hung.
double hung.
Yes, ma'am, they are.
But that's gonna be covered by the porch.
Yes, it will. Be under the porch.
Okay.
It's under the porch, but it's still visible. I mean,
Well, that isn't.
I think the window might be visible from the side. I mean, how far down is the roof line come?
There's a picture here.
No, I mean, where's the roof line?
The
This-
porch.
This line coming out this way.
The porch will be here.
But how far does it come out? That's what Ed's asking.
There. And that would be the window there.
That's
You
not,
should have this. No? That's, yeah, so it's gonna be under there. So you'll see the bottom of it
bottom
maybe?
of it.
Is there any way you can put two double hungs? I
It
mean, that,
won't serve the,
You wanna pass through.
I want to pass through at the sink. So I can use the porch as an outside space.
I mean, technically, yes, it is under the roof, and it would be tricky to see.
yeah, but it's a whole different style.
That's your kitchen window, right?
Well, the windows are the same type. So it would be basically a single hung beside a single hung, only you
Will
open
it
it
have any
sideways.
muntins in it?
It'll be the same as the others, no mullions.
What would you put the muntins?
No, no.
So none of your windows
Single
are-
pane, but
It slides, Ed.
I know, but you could still have muntins on them, and make it look like a double hung.
There you, yeah.
but the other ones won't have it either.
None of the other ones have it.
Wait, are the other ones?
So it's just
They do,
one.
the existing windows do.
I know, but we
the ones that we submitted don't.
The ones that were approved or not?
Yeah, the ones that are approved don't.
Well, does anyone have anything else to contribute?
So the main concern is the window.
Right. And the porch.
Well, what about the porch?
That's what we're considering because he moved the house.
It's the same
Okay.
architectural shingles on the porch?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the flooring, we've been through all this. Okay. I got a little mixed up with what we're approving here.
So,
Yeah.
so let's go through this, just so everybody's really clear. So they have been before you August of 2020, where they got approved for the windows, the siding, and a whole bunch of other work. They then had a modification that came before you in April of 2021 of this year, changing and raising the heights of the windows, including the second story as well. And we talked about how they were going up to the roof line. Maybe that'll help bring it into focus for all of you.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is a third visit to you, seeking another little tweak to their project, adding a rear porch, and then also altering that rear window
To a
that's
slider.
over the kitchen now to a picture window, slider window, yes.
I'm still having trouble with understanding what the porch needs to do. Does it need to change because of its visibility? I mean, the materials are all acceptable.
I would think the
Wraps
chairman just
around.
pointed it out that it's
Yeah.
visible from the side. They are seeking a wraparound porch, so you're having it come up, is it 5 feet on the
Yes.
side?
5 feet up both sides.
Which is again is typical in the
Yeah.
historic district. So I think his materials are appropriate, looking at the materials list, so you would still need to, that's your first chance of looking at that. So that's in this application for your consideration this evening.
So as long as it's not on the front,
No, the only
But
problem is
it's kind of
that
a
they
corner
rearranged
house,
the
and it's the
lot
last
to put
house
that.
on that street.
okay, but
Right.
how does that, I still don't understand
Bec-
how that changes our decision.
They're not,
Doesn't-
they're not saying it changes your decision, they're just wanting you to
It
ensure
just
you have,
gives it- it
you knew that and you
executes more
factored it in
visibility.
whatever vote you
Okay.
take.
That's all.
It doesn't change, it just,
It's more
Okay.
visibility, that's all.
Okay, but it's still okay.
Still okay.
I don't, the
That
only
was all I was
problem I
trying to
have
get
is
to.
the window. The
Still
window
okay.
Is the
Yeah.
problem I see. Just being that it's a different style than the rest of the house, but
The only reason I disagree with you is because it's covered by the porch. Like 70% of the window.
And it is the rear of the house. I
Yeah.
get it.
Right,
That's why it makes a difference being on the corner lot, because now you're talking about something that.
The
may
more
or may not be.
visibility. Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay, good.
Is that a deal breaker?
No,
Are there other options of windows?
Well, the only other option that I suggested was
Two double
two double hungs, but they don't.
Do they make sliders that look like casement windows?
I think it's a great window, mainly because it's in the kitchen, correct?
Yes.
You can slide stuff through the window.
Right,
Well, you
that's
could
how
do
I
that with a
want-
double
that's-
hung
that's
window
the way I
too,
wanna-
but,
wanna use it.
Yeah,
That's how I wanna use it.
yeah, well, that's what I would do with it,
Right.
you know? I mean,
And I think he is minimalizing the impact by having the roof as well over the back porch.
I don't know exactly much, but I don't think there's more than 30% exposed.
Right.
So would you like to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve it as it stands.
I'll second.
All in favor?
I,
Aye. Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Motion's passed. Congratulations, good luck. Okay, we're on item C3, 420 Randolph Avenue.
Actually, if we can, before we move on to that, if we can deal with 6C2, which is, it's actually, I wrote it wrong on here, 524C Washington Avenue.
Okay.
We've had this as a pre-application for a couple of months in our office at this point. I actually, and the applicant has contacted us and asked for this to be withdrawn because it is not ready at this point. We actually would like to make this a conditional withdrawal, we would like to give the applicant a week in which to provide us the site survey in where he is trying to place the accessory structure, as well as a picture and materials list for that structure. And we think that is easy for him to accommodate, because I believe he had to supply that sort of information when he met with the homeowners association.
That one?
He just has not forwarded that to the
Yeah,
town.
it already exists, so
Right.
it's about
And
4
so
blocks away.
if that's the case, then we're gonna actually, if he doesn't supply that in 1 week's time, then we would actually, and also pay the fee. We have received no fee from him either, that we would actually remove this from a pending application status and require him to resubmit when he is fully ready and prepared with all documentation.
I have no objection.
So,
None.
and part of this is we are trying to ensure the applicants get everything they need to in order to really get on our agendas. Okay?
Right. That's a win-win, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Item C3, 420 Randolph Avenue. I have to call them. Hi, this is Ed Wells from the Historic District Review Board, calling about your application.
Yeah, perfect, thanks.
Can you just state your name and address, please?
Yeah, it's Charles Tucker Van Dyke, we live at 420 Randolph.
Can you give us a description of what you'd like to accomplish?
So, yeah, the skirting project, we want to just install some vertical boards across the exposed area outside of the current fence. Just as we've got a lot of cats coming under the house and so forth, and yeah, there's some spaces where small animals could get up into the floor insulation and so forth. So I just want to keep that to a minimum.
Any of the board members have any discussion?
I don't, Ed.
One of our members had asked if you knew what was there originally between the piers.
So, yeah, there was nothing before because the house was sitting on the ground. The piers had basically all collapsed. And you know, so when we did the renovation, you know, obviously it was been here for a long time, but you know, we received approval to raise it up. So I think it's in well, the space between the bottom of the siding to the ground is about 26 inches now, where it was 0 before.
So you won't be covering any of the brick piers as they stand now?
Correct.
Anybody have anything comments?
No?
Anybody want to make a
I'll
motion?
make a motion that we approve the request as requested for the skirting.
Our second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion's been passed.
Sounds great.
Certificate of appropriateness has been approved. Good luck.
Yeah, we'll look forward to it. I think it will be a nice feature there, so.
Yeah, it'll look great.
And the
The
cats are
house
still
looks
getting.
great as is. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. All right, yeah, thanks for catching me in.
Okay, good night.
All right, have a good evening.
You too.
Aye. All right, we're on item 6D, renovations, additions, and new construction. 635 Mason Avenue, Mr. James Garvey. Is he present?
He is not present at the moment, so I just will give a brief overview. I won't ask us to table it yet to see if he does arrive here in the next 10 minutes or so. But what he is seeking, he's looking to add approximately 200 square feet addition over the laundry room to the rear of the house on the second floor. And as part of that, it would be raising the roof by 6 feet in this area to accommodate said addition and to repair the roof. Again, this is a pre-application meeting, so this is a chance for us to review what has been submitted from him to date. We recognize that we don't think this is really a complete application, but it gives you, the board, a chance to comment on it and highlight what specific issues you would like the applicant to provide to us that he can bring forward, hopefully at the next meeting for consideration to move this to a certificate of appropriateness.
He needs
Well, we need-
elevation drawings.
We need a material list and a site plan, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so, and
Yeah, the plan.
without, well, being here, we can't ask any questions, so we're limited, I think, in what we can do at this stage.
That's correct, and any, if you feel there's particular items you'd like to ensure we obtain from the applicant in order to bring it back for your consideration, we'd like to identify those this evening.
Yeah, elevation drawing, site plan.
Yeah, he needs a detailed plan for the roof pitches, tying it into the existing structure.
Material list.
Yep, material list, I got that already.
Okay. So we will share these specific comments with the applicant and work with him to get this to hopefully a certificate of appropriateness application, if not for your next meeting, within the next 2 months.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
We can, yeah, so he's approved to bring back the stuff.
Yes.
Right, cool.
So you'll notify him,
We will notify him, yes.
okay? Item D2, 403 Madison Avenue, Susan and MJ Golibar? Golibar, I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
Yes, it is.
Suzanne? Here. Is the applicant still here? Could you just come up and state your name and address, please?
Hi, I'm MJ Gollabart, 403 Madison Avenue.
Can you kind of describe your application?
Sure. We currently live at 405 Madison Avenue, and we own the lot next door, and we propose to build the structure that you guys have in that packet. It's a 2-story, 3-bedroom, 2,200 square foot home with a really big porch.
Had there been on the home, was there a home on there previously, or?
No.
I'm just curious, sometimes we see a vacant lot listed as a lot number without an address on it. In this case, there's an address, I'm just,
Yeah, these lots were created, actually, we 2017.
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
So where the trailer park used to be.
okay.
So we're right across from the old high school, and I think at one point these lots were slated to be parking lot. On the corner, Scott and Robin Sims, and then we're at 405, and this is 403. And we designed the house to kind of go in line with those other 2 homes. We lined the porches up specifically, with a larger setback than is required. So the house should fit in very nicely, with other homes that are there. And Scott built the house that we're currently living in, and helped us design this one.
Is this the proposed house?
It is.
I'm sorry, you said there's a larger setback, so it's set back further?
I believe so. Yeah.
I
No,
don't have the site plan yet unless that was part of your submission that came in after the packet went out.
It is.
So I haven't had a chance to review the site plan yet, so we'll have that for your
Okay.
September meeting.
All right.
On that regard. And also in your new submission, the additional submission that came in, did we get a materials list as well? Okay. So
Yeah.
there are some additional information that came in after the packet was released to the board and to the public. So we will get that forwarded to you for your consideration, and we'll put this back on the September calendar for a certificate of appropriateness consideration. But if there's any comments you'd like to add now, since Mr. Gollabart is here, possibly he can try and provide some additional clarifying information.
You think there'll be a zoning review by then?
Oh, yes.
Okay, good,
Yes.
okay.
So what are,
I didn't mention there's also going to be a garage.
we're just looking at the house.
And that all falls into the parameters of the zoning
Yes, and that's part of my notation is, again, at the time I wrote this report, I did not have the site plan nor the exact size of the accessory structure or garage. So I couldn't quite do the whole zoning review, which will
Okay.
happen at next month's packet. Okay.
I'm just having a hard time trying to decipher the porch on this drawing. There's no depth here.
I can tell you what it is. It's,
I see on the next following page,
Right here, is that what you're talking about,
Sorry.
the depth?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, this here. It just looks very strange when you look at it from the front.
You're right, the
view.
front elevation makes it look like there's no
Yeah.
porch.
Yeah.
Right.
need a quarter elevation.
How deep is the porch?
It's 10 feet at the door and 12 feet on the sides.
that must be the front door. The front door extends into the porch.
There's like 3 sections, so there's the front of the house, it has a little bump, a 2-foot bump, and then the sides kind of go back.
What about the window samples?
I don't know, do we have a materials list for this?
No, again, as I said, the materials list was submitted after this packet
Ah,
went out. So we will get that distributed to you as soon as we possibly can from the office. so
Well,
you can
maybe the
have enough
applicant
time.
can,
You can
describe.
happily talk about it today if you care to.
Sure, I mean, they're fairly standard vinyl window that you would use in new construction. We don't use mullions, so they'll be just double-hung windows. I've got a description of it in here somewhere.
Vinyl,
Yes,
they have a sill.
they do. Yes, they do,
They do? Oh,
yeah.
it's
We
hard
had
to
them,
see from the drawing.
we had them at a historically correct sill that was an option from that particular manufacturer.
Whenever one.
the siding, the roof, shingle.
Yeah, that's all in the materials packet. You know,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
a-
just, I don't have that, so.
I
I'm just
understand.
wondering If you could.
So it's an Owens Corning cedar, asphalt shingle.
Is it
Like a-
dimensional shingle?
It is, it's a
Architectural?
30 architectural shingle, yeah. The porch roofing is Galvalume, so it'll be a metal standing seam roof.
Porch is metal, you said?
The
Yeah.
porch roof is metal,
Yeah.
yes.
Because in the picture it doesn't show
I
that.
know it.
It should.
It looks shingles in the,
Maybe it's the one I have.
There might be an updated picture.
Yeah, it looks shingled on it.
Yeah, the one I have is metal. So yeah, it'll be a metal, a Galvalume roof that's very similar to the one that we have on the house we're living in now. The dimensions of the windows. I can't really tell what it is. It's got an exterior sill.
so we just,
Is that a 5 or a 3?
it's an 8.
You'll submit the materials list on the next.
Yeah, materials.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's in, but just you guys, it wasn't in time.
We'll include it in the packet for
Okay.
next month. Yes.
It's an 8.
The siding,
Okay.
what type of,
What is that
Material.
versus?
It's vinyl.
Both these roof
Vinyl
pitches
siding.
look alike.
Versus what? It's an 8.
do you know what the reveal is on the
Mine
side?
says 3.
7
No,
inches.
it's an 8. 312. Oh,
8 foot.
8 foot, okay, 312.
But see, both roof pitches look alike,
They are.
but they're not.
In the picture, they are.
No, they're
No,
not.
it's 8 foot. That's what it says, 8
Porch
foot.
flooring,
Oh, okay, but they're 312.
It's a composite tongue and groove. I think it's Trex.
And this is 312. This is 12.
They're all 312. except
Sorry,
for the
I'm
main
hearing
roof.
two conversations, so
And that's 12,
at the
12.
far end of the table, you guys are talking roofs. I want to make sure I hear any concerns you have on the roof pitch. What were you saying?
I
He
couldn't
couldn't
we
read the
couldn't read
number,
the
and I
numbers.
just enlarged it.
It's growing as a trend here. We can't read numbers.
Well, I didn't want to make a mistake.
Yeah, no, the roof pitch is
They're all
312.
312 except for the main roof, which is 1212.
Okay.
The
'Cause it-
lower ones are 312, and
We're
then the
good.
dormers
I
are
couldn't hear, I don't like multiple conversations, sorry.
I
I
shouldn't.
couldn't hear.
No, we were talking about that number. I couldn't see the number.
So I confirmed for her that the
Right.
lower pitches are 312.
It
Sounds
wasn't a
like we're
secret.
okay on roof pitch, just so MJ is aware, because he was talking on something else.
No,
Go
we,
ahead.
no, it was the number, because we already made a mistake about the number.
Gotcha.
So I have no,
Okay, so if you don't have any other concerns or questions for MJ, we will schedule this for the September meeting for a certificate of appropriateness. We'll provide you the full zoning review with site plan, the materials list has been provided by the applicant, and any other documentation they have given
I
us.
think it's great.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Well, I do have a problem with the 7-inch reveal vinyl.
7
Is
inch.
there any other alternative that you might possibly think for the siding material?
What's your specific objection?
Well, currently in our guidelines, vinyl is
So we'd
not
be,
appropriate. In our
Vinyl.
guidelines as stand,
I thought we said 5.
he wants a 7-inch reveal.
So, the way the vinyl works, if I'm not mistaken, if it's smaller, they put two boards together,
Yeah,
and you see
double
that.
5.
double 5, they call it.
Yeah, and you see that, that's very, in my opinion, it's very obvious what that is, you know. and-
Well, I think all vinyl is very obvious in my mind, but that's my opinion.
But
So anyway,
Yeah.
the specifically why we chose the 7-inch reveal was because it's a single board. So you're not gonna see that double, you're not gonna see that double seam.
what's the thickness of your siding?
I don't know, but I will find out.
Mainly because we had this problem before, and we've agreed to get the contractors to do the thicker, which is 0.042. And you'll see that
I think we agreed to 046,
0.46,
I think so. I'm not sure, I have to look it up. Maybe 042, I mean, but that is not written in the current guidelines,
No.
is what I'm saying. That's in guidelines that we were discussing that are not.
This is .090,
pardon me?
.09.
0.09?
That's what it says.
So it looks like we need to do some confirming of the thickness of the siding, both on what you're submitting and what has previously
And
come
the
before this
reveal
board
also.
and where they've gone.
The 7-inch, I
and-
mean,
Will sound like we'll have some conversation on that, MJ.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
with our goal being to have everything done so we can
Sure.
get this, approved
And
without,
that's the goal, is we're putting this on for the September meeting.
I understand.
For certificate of appropriateness. So I'll be talking to you over the next week or so to wrap up this one detail, it sounds like.
okay.
Okay?
does
got
everybody
it.
else, everyone else have any conversation?
No,
Discussion?
that's great. You know exactly what you have to bring, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
I think so.
Cool. There you go.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, moving on. Article D3, Lot 9, Washington Avenue, Thomas and Elizabeth Sharp. I have the call.
Thank you.
I think we
Sanders Wells from the Historic District Review Board, Cape Charles.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Good. We're calling about your application at 9 Washington
Yes.
Avenue.
Yes.
Could you state your name and address, please?
Elizabeth Sharp, my address is 520 Saginaw Road, Lincoln University, Pennsylvania, 19352. And with me is my husband, Thomas Sharp.
Thank you. Katie, do you have anything to inform us of?
Yes, I do. In the application that is in your packet, the applicant has applied and is seeking to construct a 3,387 square foot, three-story, single-family residence with 2 front porches and a rear deck at this lot, as well as a 10-foot by 12-foot accessory structure. I actually did have a phone call with the applicant last week to let them know that a 3-story house is not allowed under our zoning ordinance. They are aware of that, and they will be amending their application and drawings to bring it down to a 2.5-story application submittal.
Okay.
That is correct.
And the applicant's well aware and is fine with that?
Yes, yes, we are.
All right.
So the half story is just for storage, then, you know,
That's
not
correct.
living space.
And the total height of the structure will not exceed 40
We have-
feet. They are aware of all the zoning requirements for this, yes.
Okay.
They know that.
Does she know that?
So in your packet, again, this is a pre-application meeting for you. It's your first time seeing this. They've given us a proposed materials list. They've given us a site plan. Again, I have not ruled on the site plan because I still need the revised application, not to include a 3-story house. And so we need to have those amendments done. And they've also given you a set of the building plans. I don't think I've seen elevation drawings.
Yeah, they're in the
Are they in here? Sorry, I got too many sheets of paper right before me.
page 116.
Thank you. So it's your discussion, there it is, from the back. It's your meeting at this point to discuss any of the elements that they've submitted as part of this pre-application meeting.
Okay. Any
What was
discussion?
the total height?
Again, the ordinance does not allow any structure to be greater than 40 feet. I do not have revised drawings from them yet at this time as to what that height will be, so that will be forthcoming.
So,
The heights are on the elevation, the heights are on the elevations, the height, and under the 40 feet, the height would not change of the house, it would just not be a finished third or floor.
I can't read it.
It can't be a complete 3rd floor. It's not just that it can't be finished, it cannot be a full story. It has to be 2.5 stories.
It's not, it's not, it's a 2.5, so it's still, it's not, there won't be any finished space up there.
It's just an attic.
Okay.
right.
Yeah, you can't read these dimensions on these.
Right, and I'm
these
having a
plans.
hard time reading the dimensions, so at some point, it'd be great if your architect can send us a full set of drawing plans electronically so that I can read this a little better, Elizabeth.
Yeah, I emailed him last week, I'm waiting, I have not heard back from him yet on
Yes.
my revised plan.
We're all struggling with eyesight this evening, and we can't read the fine print.
Yeah,
I
very early.
understand, it's hard.
Well, it's just, it shows each section, and then you have to add them all up, and you can't read the numbers.
Right. So we will again have this as part of your application, staff report at next month's meeting, when it's before you for a certificate of appropriateness.
There's plenty.
Okay. Understood.
So as a board, do you have any additional questions to the applicant relative to any of the materials?
No, I'd just like to go over the materials list.
Sure.
That's listed here. The roofing shingles are gonna be a architectural type shingle,
Yes, that's correct.
and the siding's a hardy plank with cedar and also cedar shake siding.
Yes,
Do you know the reveal on the hardy plank? The spacing, the height?
I'm just guessing off the top of my head, probably around 7.25 inches.
but I don't know for sure.
Okay. If you could let us know at the next meeting, please.
So will there be a new floor plan with the next set of drawings?
A new flood.
I'm sorry?
A new floor plan, because
Floor
in
plan.
this existing floor plan, you have a bathroom and finishing in the third floor, closets.
Right, that's what I'm waiting to hear back on my architect, and I have not heard back from him. I asked him for a new set of plan for the unfinished third floor.
Okay,
Also on the decks, you have proposed pressure-treated or composite. Is it gonna be, is it gonna be one or the other, I'm assuming?
It would be composite.
Okay. Anyone else have any comments?
No, I think you pretty much covered it.
we need to see the windows.
The windows, yeah.
They're a vinyl solid wood window.
How can you, solid wood with window, solid wood?
It'll be
Vinyl clad wood windows?
You just want to see the design, I guess.
Yeah.
Is there any gonna be, what type of
Mullion.
casing will you have on those windows? The exterior casing?
It'd be vinyl, but it would be the 3/1. 3/1?
The vinyl.
Three-
It would be it'd be vinyl clad windows.
3/1.
It would be, the style would be, 3 panes over 1, 3 vertical panes over 1.
Right.
Okay, how about the trim or casing around the windows?
Oh, the trim?
Yeah.
It would be probably more like the AZEC composite, wood grain trim painted.
What? AZAC
Yep, that's what I heard.
painted?
Yeah. I believe they make a product that is, it's a composite with a wood grain, so it looks natural.
We're looking for the actual design, what the casing looks like, what the sill, the depth of the sill. Is there any extra trim around there? Is it flat? If you have a picture of what the finished look would be like, that would be good.
Okay, we just don't have that yet, this time.
Okay.
You can get that
We'll
from,
have to finally, we'll have to research an example and send it to you.
Yeah,
But it would be period appropriate.
Yeah,
Well, there are very specific requirements, that's why, depending on which period you're talking about.
and just to clarify, Thomas, in the architectural drawings, it's showing a 2/2 window style, not a 3/1. So I just need clarity, is it 3/1 and then all your pictures should reflect that, or if it's 2/2? I just wanna make sure we're doing the right thing.
You can create one that you
Yeah,
have here.
yeah.
Yeah, it'd be 3/1.
3/1, so since you're having your architect redraw a little bit, get him to fix that too on his drawings.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm looking at the foundation. What are you proposing for the foundation?
Well, the foundation will be, concrete block, which will be, have a stucco finish on it.
Okay. And the front stairs, railings?
They should be, similar to, the vinyl, the white vinyl
I
that
can't
has
see that.
the composite decking.
No, you can't read it.
The stairs, though, the stairs are not gonna be vinyl.
Four inches,
I'm
32.
assuming.
No, they would be,
No, the stairs, the tread, if you speak of the tread would be
That would
the
be-
same composite that the deck is.
If it's-
Okay,
That
very
would be
good.
32
So the
inches.
tread would match, and then the railing would be a white vinyl material,
Oh,
which would be by the same manufacturer as the composite decking.
Okay.
okay, thank you.
Tracks.
I see on the drawing, it looks like a lattice in between on the front elevation. It looks like two spots where there's lattice.
It's on the side
inserts.
too, Ed.
Yeah, and on the side of the porch.
Right.
Is that like for ventilation or something?
Yeah, well, yes, there'll be ventilation under the front porch.
Okay,
It is not, the foundation's not enclosed under the front porch, so there'd be a lattice on the open spaces on the front side.
okay, just wanted to get it clarified.
Yeah.
All right, does anybody else have anything else to
No.
contribute?
Railings? Did we clarify the railings on the porches?
I don't think so.
What is the material of the railings on all the porches?
He indicated white vinyl.
Okay, Katie, so you want to,
Okay, so we will work with the Sharps to get the clarifying information on this, and revised drawings, and we'll bring this back for your September meeting
Okay,
for a certificate of appropriateness consideration.
thank you, okay.
Thank you very much.
do you understand?
All right, very good. We will make some corrections and resubmit.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Can't read the number.
Did you want to add something,
I
Katie?
can't read the numbers.
If I can, I just have a couple items in my report. I did do an approval at administrative level for 615 Monroe Avenue, a re-roof. It was shingle to shingle, re-roof. We also wanted to make you aware that Town Council is taking up at their meeting this coming Thursday to award the consulting services for the Historic District review guidelines and ordinance work that had been commissioned. And I believe that is going to some vendor, I can't think of their name. Yeah. And Mr. Hosey's here, so he can truly speak on this matter.
You can speak to that.
So I just wanted to, I didn't get this thing fixed yet. I just wanted to brief you on what that process is and reassure you that you will be involved, okay? So it's Commonwealth Preservation Group is the contractor that we selected from the proposals. That's going to council on Thursday night for award. There's the process from all the proposals is way longer than I anticipated. I was hoping this was only going to be a couple of month thing, but they were well, some of them were a year process or more. We got that scaled way back, but still, it's going to be, especially now that we're getting such a late start this summer, and because of the holidays, it's going to be well into next year before we get this finished.
Before they start?
No, until it's finished. So the way it's going to work now, assuming council approves it on Thursday night, I'll issue a notice to proceed on Friday. Tracy's already put all the information together that they need to review. I'll hit the send button on Friday. They need 2 weeks to review that. Fortunately, I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks, so it laps exactly. When I get back, we're going to have a kickoff meeting the first week of September. They kind of want to come to a lay of the land first and talk to staff. Then they're going to put together a list of questions for you. They want to survey each of you on a bunch of stuff, get your thoughts on things. And then once they compile all that, then we'll meet with you to kind of talk about where we're going. Probably will take through October to get a first something put together. Probably that first week of November, we'll actually have something for staff to start to review. And so we'll be seeking your input on it then. So anyway, that's kind of the broad overview of how that process is going forward. We got a late start, and it's going to take longer than we thought. And I just wanted to, again,
Glad you included us.
assure you that you will be included.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay?
Just a question, do you have the packet that I gave you of the guidelines that
Yes.
we're rewriting? That we were rewriting,
Yes, I still have what you gave me.
okay?
Did you include that? Do we have that electronically or just?
No, I
Just a hard
gave you the
copy?
only
Okay, I've
copy
got it in
that,
my office.
yeah, that I had.
We'll scan it, make sure they get a copy of everything.
Yeah, it's really, we did a lot of work.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, John.
We got a motion
I'll make a motion.
Wait a minute,
There's more.
Sorry.
You're really quick on the draw today. Also in your packet, and again, this is not any indication that anything's been done wrong. I've made every board that I staff aware that I wanted to have a chance to look at your bylaws. You were the third board I have commenced working on your bylaws. That is in your packet. We've included what the edits are. They should be in color for your consideration. So these are your existing bylaws with some proposed changes. We'd like you to take the time over the next month to read through them, offer your comments back to me. As part of that process, the town council has recently adopted/amended some policies that do relate to your bylaws. One being in Appendix A, the guidelines for citizen participation. And then also a Appendix B, Town of Cape Charles Code of Ethics and Meeting Rules of Order. So those two documents, Appendix A and Appendix B, are really not up for your
I don't
edit.
know what
They are
changed.
just more for your information at this point, and will be incorporated into your bylaws when we do adopt them, or re-adopt them, I should say. So we're gonna give you the next month to digest these, consider them. You're welcome to give me a call if you have any particular questions, and we will schedule some time at next month's meeting to discuss these a little more fully. We just wanted to make you aware of them. Some of you have already seen there is a signature page on the Appendix B, and that is a requirement that each board member needs to sign that signature page indicating you've received Appendix B, and that should have been given you as a signature page by Tracy on your dais. So we'd like you to fill that out. Even if you filled out for another board that you happen to serve on, we want it for each board that you do serve on. So if you do one for the Historic District, sign it and leave it with Tracy this evening, that would be great.
The issue is that in their copies, the red doesn't. It's all black and white.
Oh, then we will recopy and ensure it's in color for
Yeah,
you.
mine's
I
all black and
apologize.
white.
But it's
good thing I'm not asking you to-
electronic.
It's also on your iPad.
Right.
Right, it's on your iPad in full color, it's on the town website, the agenda is full color, but we can get you a hard copy that's in color too. And so with that said, I think we did want to have a conversation with the town manager offline. He wants to go over some security protocol that the town has put in place
Yes,
for all boards and committees
Right.
and anybody who uses this building, town hall, et cetera. But with that said, we are prepared to adjourn, and then the town manager
Right.
does want to just talk about some security protocol.
okay. I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?